Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another monthly membership meeting at Enlace. As you know, we've been doing this series online through Facebook Live due to the COVID, and hopefully we will see you in person soon. My name is Natalie Marles. I'm the chair of Enlace for this year, and I want to welcome everyone. Today we have a great presenters and a lot of information to share with you. So I'm gonna welcome now Alicia so she can state the mission and vision.
Good morning, Enlace. Good morning, Facebook. My name is Alicia, and I'm the vice chair of Enlace. And I'm going to be sharing with you the mission and vision today, just to remind us why we do what we do. Our vision is to enhance social capital within the Latinx community in the Charlotte metro area. And our mission is to develop and strengthen connections through information, collaboration, and partnership with organizations and leaders who serve the Latinx community. Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maura Chavez. I am going to have the pleasure of introducing our speaker this month. Her name is Bethany Rodriguez, and she works with the Mayor's Youth Employment Program, and she has great information. She specifically wants to encourage students to come into this program because this is a great experience. Bethany is new to the city. However, she's not new to Charlotte. She has been a CMS teacher, I believe, at Geringer. So she has a lot of vast information, knowing a lot of the community and what it needs and how she can make it a better program. So Bethany.
Thanks so much, Mara, and thank you everyone from Enlace for having us today. And for that great introduction, Mara, I appreciate it. So I have been in the city for about 8 years. Just a little bit of background from me. Previously taught at Geringer High School and did a little bit of work in college readiness. And now I have the pleasure of working with the Mayor's Youth Employment Program with the City of Charlotte. So I really appreciate your all's time today. And I'm excited to share some information just to whether it's for students or if you're interested in providing an opportunity for youth. There's a lot of opportunities for both. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So just really briefly, our mission for the Mayor's Youth Employment Program is to provide all Charlotte youth with equitable career development opportunities and to explore the world of work, build social capital, and to enhance economic mobility. And so we do that through a variety of ways. And so I'll kind of dig into that today. So our goal for our time is just to give you a better understanding of what the Mayor's Youth Employment Program is, why we do what we do, a little bit about the application process, if you know any youth that you think would be interested, and also to discuss opportunities and some of the motivations for our host employer partners. So why MYEP? Why the Mayor's Youth Employment Program? So we are still working as a community, as a city, to increase economic mobility and social capital for youth. I think our mission and vision with Enlace really align. We are looking to provide that social capital and opportunities for the community. And I hope that we're able to partner in that way. Studies show that college and career readiness was a key factor in change through those key studies. But what the MYEP does is we offer paid work-based learning for high school students. We vet the students through an application process, resume, and interview. As I shared in our mission, we provide opportunities to all Charlotte youth. So whether they attend public school, private, are homeschooled, if they are between the ages of 16 and 18, they are eligible, and a Charlotte youth, they are eligible to participate in the MYEP. And we're beside the student and the host employer through every step of the way. through the job and career readiness training, through the application process, the background screening, and even through the program now. And for host employers, it aids your industry in building tomorrow's workforce. So a little bit more about the program. So we've got some of our youth here showing some of their experiences from last year. Even through COVID, we were able to provide opportunities. We had over 100 students who participated in person, whether that was a hybrid or virtual with businesses. And then we also had about another 200 students who participated in our new piloted program in a virtual platform. So this was our second year modeling that. But through the MyUp, participants are able to explore careers, hone skills, gain exposure to models of professionalism, create pathways to attainable career goals. We want youth to figure out what their career goals are, give them that work experience and decide, whether, yes, I'm really invested in this career path and value those networks that I can continue to build on, or, what, I value this experience, but I realize now this career path isn't what I want to pursue long-term, but are still able to build those connections and decide what they want to do with their futures. And so I like to say, as youth achieve, our community is strengthened. And I really believe that if we can find ways to empower them and empower their passions, what a great community that would be. So I know Mara shared, we are already beginning to recruit for our next year. So this week actually is our last week of programming for students this summer. So we'll have our closing ceremony this Friday, but that means that we're already beginning to recruit and want to share information for youth to be prepared for the next summer of 2022. So if you know any youth who will be between the ages of 16 and 18 next summer, this is a great opportunity for them that I hope that you'll share with them. So this opportunity is for high school youth who are ready to work and gain a life-changing experience. We match students with organizations based on their career interests. And so I'll dive a little bit more into that later on. The specifics of what it is a 5-week career-focused internship. Youth complete at least 20 hours per week, totaling 100 hours. And we request a minimum of $9 an hour. So at minimum, youth are making $900 an hour. Some of our host employers, though, will pay students up to $15, $20 an hour. So that's a great opportunity for youth to earn somewhere between that. This summer, our program ran from January 21st to closing out this Friday. And we have an orientation process for both our youth and our host employers to make sure that they're informed, that they feel comfortable and confident with the process along the way. And we're preparing our 2022 dates the first week of August. So we're going to jump right back in after we close out this week, review the data, review the students' interests, and we're always looking to make the program better. So just the facts for host employers. So Enlace has such a wonderful community of local businesses and community organizers. And so I wanted to share this too, if any of you are interested in becoming a partner, or if you know someone that would be a great mentor and partner for the Mayor's Youth Employment Program, and would be willing to share that experience with you. So why partner, why become a host employer with the Mayor's Youth Employment Program? We encourage students from every zip code in Charlotte to apply. It is a prerequisite training for all CMS high school students. And we also provide those who attend charter and private schools and homeschooled. Historically, we serve students, 45% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch, and 80% of our youth are youth of color. And so we want students to have mentors and employers who look like them and have that window of opportunity as well, for them to be able to connect in different ways. We need your help to provide meaningful career-oriented experiences. And so to that point, we can't provide these opportunities without our valuable host employers. encouraging students, sharing their own personal career experience, and helping them guide the youth in their pursuits. This year, we're working to place 500 participants for the summer of 2022. So this past year, for 2021, we placed 500 students, but through the summer, we'll end up this week at about 470 students who will complete the program. And so we're excited for that as well. And then also we support you throughout the whole process. So we hope to provide that seamless execution of finding a youth that is interested in a business that you're connected with and providing them the opportunity to do that. And so if you're interested in becoming a host employer, the process is we try to make it pretty seamless, pretty easy. We have a short application. We'll chat with you a little bit after the application to figure out what your specific needs, what your interests are, how we can really find a youth that is invested in the work that you do. We do ask for a certificate of liability insurance. We create a small contract, and then we begin our program with you the next summer. So what's great about the MyUp is we complete all of the interviews, the background screenings, so you don't have to sift through any resumes to provide those opportunities as well. And then also as a host employer, it is up to you and what you want the experience to be. Whether you want it to be mentoring specific, whether you want to give them specific jobs and that independence and trust, or two, it can be on-site, it can be remote, it can be a hybrid. It is completely up to you and the opportunities that you want to provide. So I did just kind of want to give you a little bit behind the scenes of the process and what it looks like. So as I shared, we're closing out this week and we're getting ready to begin the next session. And through that, we'll prepare our job and career readiness training. So in order to participate in the Mayor's Youth Employment Program, youth have to first complete a job and career readiness training going over how to send professional emails, time management, a lot of those essential professional skills to make sure that they're ready for a position with any local business, and that they feel that this youth and the host employer feel confident in that opportunity. So the job and career readiness training will go from September to November. There are usually a couple of different sessions that we'll offer, and we'll have an opportunity for you to learn more about that later. And so that's kind of the meat. In order for students to participate in the Mayor's Youth Employment Program, they have to complete that job and career readiness training. So from there, so through October, youth are completing that job and career readiness training. And then in November, they're getting ready to apply for the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. So the application process for youth includes an application. They have to include short answers, some details about what their interests are so that we can make that great match, what they're confident in their soft skills are and their technical skills. With that application, they also have to complete a one-way interview where they answer a couple questions about what they're passionate about, what they hope for in a workplace, and that way we can help find that mutual fit. So through December, January, we're closing out that application process. Then we're getting ready to review all of our applications. So this year we had almost 600 applications for the Mayor's Youth Employment Program, and we placed around 500. And so after that application process, students then have to complete a drug and background screening. So for our host employers, we do that before they even get to placements. Once students pass the drug and background screening, we then work on placing students with host employers that we've worked with recruiting throughout the year. So our host employers are providing that 20-hour-a-week opportunity at a pay rate of at least $9 an hour, and are able to, provide that mutual fit, hopefully. So through April, we're starting that matching process after we've reviewed all of the applications, and then we're getting ready to place students. So the year goes very fast. So far, I've enjoyed it. So I know I just kind of dug into a pretty deep month by month of what the Mayor's Youth Employment does and the processes there. But this is just a quick summary to sum it up. So we start with our virtual job and career readiness training. So this year we will still be virtual for the training. And we're working on some other opportunities for that training that will provide some additional certification for youth too, that we're excited to share soon. After youth complete the job and career readiness training, they'll complete the application and the online interview. They also have to include a resume. So we work with youth throughout that whole process. I'll also share a little bit later, we'll have help sessions throughout that application process to answer any questions and make sure youth really feel comfortable and confident moving into their application. So as I shared before, we love to support the youth from that whole process. Once they enter the job and career readiness training, we really want to help support them and kind of hone in on what their interests are, what they are looking to do, and see how we can create an opportunity to help them build that social capital within that industry that they're interested in. So as youth are completing the application process, we're also building those opportunities with business partners. We would love to build the opportunities for youth, especially with our Latinx community. We don't have a lot of opportunities right now within our host employers specific in the Latinx community. And so we would love to continue to build that out and build those windows and mirrors for youth and leadership. So the other opportunity as we continue to build out our virtual platform is to be a subject matter expert. So if you don't feel like you have the time or the availability to be a host employer, we do have sessions every week that are 30 minutes with a subject matter expert, and where you can share your experience or share a specific content related to one of our 7 pathways and help students connect there. And our students, that has been one of the biggest pieces of feedback from our youth this year through the program, is they love those master sessions and they love meeting with those subject matter experts. Other opportunities are assisting with funding for our virtual offerings. Youth will need to complete and pass our drug and background screening. We begin matching our host employers and assigning virtual pathways, and then we kick off our MyEd program in late June. So I wanted to just kind of share some of our career interests from youth last year. So as you'll see, we do try to collect a lot of data on our youth and really try to figure out how can we create really valuable experiences for them. So majority, we have 28% youth who are interested in health sciences, and then it kind of varies throughout there. We've got 10% IET, 10% communication, arts, technology, but we want to make sure that we're getting to that 1% too. So we want to make sure that we're providing opportunities for youth in manufacturing, marketing, finance, education, all of those. And so we can't do that without our host employers that we really appreciate. So I know I've talked a little bit about our virtual pathway, our traditional pathway. So just wanted to jump in a little bit deeper into what both of those look like. So this year we provided traditional placements for 177 youth, and we placed the other students virtually. And I'll kind of dive into what those virtual pathways look like as well. But our traditional MyEd experience we've been offering it for 35 years now. So it is our flagship offering. It's proven and tested. It's an opportunity for students to completely immerse themselves in the world of work. Whether it's like our student here that was at Atrium, or we had a student that was at LAWA this year who worked virtually. All of those experiences are valuable, and we hope that they're valuable not only for the youth, but also for the host employer as well. We have CMS staff who serve as monitors or team leaders who support the youth and the host employer throughout those 5 weeks, making sure that the youth are showing up on time, that they are doing satisfactory work, and kind of serving as an intermediary support to make sure that the youth are meeting the expectations of our host employers. We also have a specialized app that was created for us to track students, but also it provides financial literacy support. So there are courses and content throughout the app that provide that opportunity for students to budget the earnings that they're making, and also figure out ways to save, to build other strong financial decisions as they're making money this summer. And then lastly, we also partner with LinkedIn Learning. And one of the resources that we have for our host employer is a LinkedIn Learning license that they can use to support their youth. They can either assign students work through LinkedIn, or they can also create their own content for the youth to participate in. But it's been a great resource for a lot of our host employers so far this year. And then our virtual offering. So as I shared last year, we piloted it last year through COVID. This was our second year offering the program. This year we had 7 pathways. So we had business and finance, sports marketing and entertainment, manufacturing, innovation, healthcare, technology, and I knew if I was going to try to name all of them, one would escape me, and so I apologize for that. I know that there's another, I think it was communications. And so with our pathways, we also have industry leaders who partner and provide some opportunities, whether it's those subject matter expert sessions or just opportunities to connect with youth. So the virtual pathways have a number of live sessions while also independent work. So it's not just a sit and get opportunity. Youth are completing projects, they're working in small teams, they're using Slack. So they're gaining exposure to some common performance platforms to get comfortable with in the workplace. So by going online, we were able to still make the MyApp accessible even through COVID for the youth. And so we're really grateful for the opportunity to do that. And we're recently featured in the Bloomberg report for the ability of continuing to provide the workforce experience for youth through COVID. So we're continuing to develop this. And so we look forward to providing more pathways and opportunities for youth in the future. So just wanted to dive in also kind of where are our youth from? So as I shared, it is an opportunity for all Charlotte youth. So this kind of just shows, demographics. These are all pinpoints of youth who are completing the MyApp and were eligible this year to participate. So would love to continue this. I would love if, the whole map was blue with little dots, and just continuing to build opportunities for youth and opportunities. And then a little bit about the demographics of our youth who participate. So our youth are 61% multilingual, which I think is a great thing for youth to communicate. It's a great, what am I trying to say? Ability for as a professional. And so we want to continue to encourage students to share that. We also have just a number of the different languages that students speak. So we have students who speak Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, French, Vietnamese. I think total this year we have about 13 different languages that our youth speak. We primarily have female students, so we would love to increase that number of male youth who participate as well. And the largest population by grade is juniors. So we do have a lot of juniors. And also it's an opportunity that if you start as a sophomore, you can participate as a junior and senior. So you can repeat the opportunity. And if you are a repeater, we'll make sure to, as you go through the application process, try to match you with a new and different connection as well. So as Maura said, we are looking for youth to participate this year. And so this is just kind of the application from the applicant's perspective. So we'll have the application. It's pretty lengthy, kind of detailing what their interests are and what their skill sets are, and making sure that they're completing that short answer, that they're prioritizing the MyApp throughout the summer. And so that way there aren't any time conflicts. And then from there, they complete that one-way interview, their resume. They have to also include references to be contacted, all to make sure that they are very serious about this opportunity. We want to make sure that the youth are serious, and that way that we're partnering them with host employers who can make the most of the opportunity. We want to make sure that the partnership that we promised to the host employer is just as valuable to them as it is to the youth. And as I mentioned before, so throughout that application process, we also include help sessions to make sure that if students have any questions, whether it's about the application, references, resumes are one of our big questions, or the interviews, that we're there to help and support them throughout the process. And then just wanted to share some of our partners that we have this year. So we continue to grow, provide new opportunities to youth and to our partners. And we hope that we can continue to grow this with new partners in the coming year. And so just wanted to share, so I've had the pleasure of teaching in CMS, supporting students between that gap of after high school through college, and now working with the MIAP. And I've been so blown away with the youth and what they're able to achieve. This is one of my students, Carlos, who participated in the MIAP as a junior and was really interested in architecture. And he was able to partner with the MIAP, gain an architecture internship through the program. And now he went on to study architecture at University of Miami on a full ride scholarship. And through COVID, he was actually able to come back and partner with that architecture firm. And so I think that just goes to show the opportunity that's available. It's an opportunity to invest and build the future of Charlotte. So it's a short-term commitment for a lifelong impact. And I think that that goes for youth and for host employers interested in the program. And lastly, just want to share opportunities to connect. So if you know a youth who would be interested in the program, the website listed here, and I'm happy to share the slides as well, will take you to our job and career readiness training. Here you can sign up to be notified when the training begins. So like I said, we'll have those dates ironed out at the beginning of August. And so if you sign up, you'll be notified immediately when those dates are coming out. And then if you're interested in supporting youth and being a host employer or a subject matter expert, we would love to chat with you, love to share more about the experience. So feel free to email the MIAP at charlottenc.gov, or you can also visit the link listed here as well to learn more about the program and what it means to become a host employer. So we have our host employer packet and lots of additional information there. So I know I've been talking for a good bit, and so I just wanted to thank you all again for your time, and would like to answer any questions if there are any.
Thank you, Bethany. That was a very thorough, great presentation. We appreciate it. And yes, Enlace aligns very much with your organization, so we fully support that. I don't see any questions in the chat, but I was wondering, do you have any statistics or data on your youth in the program? How many of them graduate high school? How many of them successfully transition into a college program or transition into their careers after high school?
That's a great question, Alicia. So right now, for this year, about 80% of our youth are interested in attending a four-year institution. And then we have about 14 who are interested in attending a two-year institution. And the rest are looking to go primarily straight into a career. So we want to make sure that we're providing an opportunity to all of those students, and including creating apprenticeship programs as well for youth who are not interested in college, to dive into those opportunities. In terms of students who have gone on to complete their college, in terms of retention, we don't have a lot of that data yet for this year, but we're continuing to grow that. So we're partnering with UNCC to really help create a comprehensive data collection of where our youth are and where our youth have gone.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's great. A lot of students, they try to figure out the career path in college, which is like a good option, but also if you can figure it out in high school, even better.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah. So where can people reach you if they have additional questions after this?
So if there's additional questions after this, they can email the MYEP, myep@charlottenc.gov.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
think that
much. I
covers
appreciate
it.
it.
Yeah, you were very thorough. All my questions were answered in your presentation.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yep. Oh, I think we have a few reminders for our Enlace members before we wrap up.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just want to put up the reminders to make sure. A lot of the members, if you are a current membership organization, you should have received an email this week regarding the membership renewal. I put up here the levels of the membership. If there's any questions that you have, please email enlacecharlotte@gmail.com and we'll respond to you. You can either use the invoice that we have, or you can send in a check, and there is instructions of that in the website. I mean, in the invoice, okay? And I think Natalie's up for the next reminder.
Oh, nope. That one's me. Sorry. Sorry, Natalie. So we have our third digital resource fair. Our first and second were so successful that we're having a third digital resource fair, and that's going to be August 25th starting at 10 a.m. and going till noon. This is an opportunity for our members to share the services they provide, resources that they can offer. All of our members can use the opportunity to connect with each other, and it's open to the public to attend the fair. You don't have to be an Enlace member. It's open to all, and our presentations are going to be from Cardinal Innovations Healthcare, Charlotte Center for Legal Advocacy, Mecklenburg County Courthouse, Sherman-Williams, and Smart Start Dolly Parton Library. So those are going to be great resources. If you don't already know about them, I would definitely encourage you to attend. And even if you do know about them, I encourage you to attend anyway and see how your organization can connect with these organizations. So I invite you all to save the date, put it on your calendar right now, and you'll get more information to come on registering for that event. Thank you.
Alicia, before we go to the next reminder, I just had a question from Annabelle on the Facebook for Bethany.
Okay.
I don't know if Bethany is still with us. Yes, she
I'm
is.
still here. Yeah.
So Bethany, Annabelle asked, does the employer have to pay for the youth salary?
That's a good question. So yes, our host employers do pay for the students' participation. We do work to try to get funding to provide opportunities for nonprofits. So this past year, we were able to, our program was able to pay for 50 placements at nonprofits, but our other partners will have to pay for the youth to participate.
Thank you. So going back to reminders, so I wanted to announce that we are going in person, and next month we have a presentation with Public Safety Committee, and it's gonna be about the new Latino Outreach Coordinator for the CMPD, Community Engagement Unit. So please do not miss that presentation. It will be great. And because we are going in person, so starting next month, we are going to meet at the Johnston's YMCA. The address is on the screen, but also we want to keep these Facebook Live presentations for anyone that is not available to go in person, or maybe they are still not willing to meet with a large group. So we are going to keep like safety measures for all those presentations and meetings, but we are just excited to meet again in person and to see some faces. And I know we are not supposed to shake hands or give hugs, but just to have a breakfast with some of you will be great. So I hope to see you next month at the Johnston YMCA for the next meeting for Enlace.
And if you want to become members, now that we are going back in person, remember, you can always email us at enlacecharlotte@gmail.com and just let us know that you're interested, and we will be able to kind of fit you into the schedule of the month. And again, since we are doing a hybrid, we will keep it like an equal amount of things that are online and things that are in person. Okay. And do we have any more questions on the Facebook?
Nope, I don't see any right now.
Okay. All right. And I think we're done for the day then.
I just want to remind anyone that is, because Annabelle had said that she believed that she hasn't received the bill. So if you are a member of Enlace and you haven't got your bill, please email the Enlace website and the Enlace email, or reach out to Mara, Alicia, or I, and we will make sure that you will get the bill and any questions that you have regarding the membership.
Thanks, Natalie. Thank you so much, Bethany, for joining us today and presenting. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone next month. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have a
Take
great
care.
day.